Well, you know what is funny is that the next song on the list is Tonight. And that was the biggest story that we've had to date. A girl was really, really affected by it, and she did a human video for it and sent it to us on our MySpace. And it was really cool to be able to see her do this human video to it and see how it really helped her through her struggles.
Yeah, and everything mentioned in the song, it's odd that everything I mentioned, she went through all of it, not just a portion of it, but all of it. So that was, I mean, that's really hard for me to believe, because I wrote the song on 4 different people as a hypothetical person, and she actually went through what all 4 of these separate people went through in one spot. So, I mean, it was pretty amazing to see God's grace come in and save her from that.
Is that video still out there?
Yeah, I'll definitely be able to send you the link to it, because I can't even remember what it is, but it's definitely still out.
Are we allowed to share that with our fans? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm a big guy, all right? I mean, and I cried when I saw it. So it really touched me to see that. I mean, it was just a song that I just wrote about, you know, some things that people went through and that I've went through, and to see it touch someone like that is amazing. And I know it had nothing to do with me, but it's amazing to see that, you know, that God worked through a song like that. So.
And not just her, but we've heard from many other people from tonight, the song Tonight especially, that it's really touched a lot of people's lives, which should bring to mind how many people are out there that actually go through all of this that we don't even think of, that we don't even think would be going through this. You look around and everyone looks fine on the outside, but if you take a little bit of time to look at the inside, there's a lot more people hurting out there than you think.
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
I have to say, as far as the most touching, this to me was the most touching out of all the songs on your disc.
And it's especially touching to us too, because like Mark said, it kind of touched on something that all of us had been through. You know, I cut my wrists for one, and so that meant a lot to me in that song. You know, we all went through some of the stuff that was talked about, or had friends that went through the stuff. So it's really a personal song to us too. So we're glad that it's helped out the people that it has.
Now, Mark, when you say that you wrote it for like 4 different people, can you kind of elaborate on that to kind of expand on the song a little bit for the Hammerheads and the Shouters?
Well, one was definitely Sarah, because she went through cutting, and that was a big thing in her life. You know, that's why I support a lot of organizations that help out, like to Red Love Her Arms and stuff like that, because that means a lot to us. And we actually get a lot of kids that do cut themselves that come to our site, because that's something we do talk about. The other thing was, when I grew up in school, you know, I was really heavy. So I was very, what's the word I'm looking for, is kind of rejected a lot as a kid. So, you know, I was lonely a whole lot because of that. Because I kind of put myself in a little box and didn't let anybody come in or out or anything. And Sarah kind of went through that too, but not the heavy way, but kind of being hurt from different churches, moving from church to church because her dad was a pastor, and that can leave scars.
Right.
And the other thing was actually, and he's still not saved to this day, and the song was really written to him, is my cousin, who's dealt with suicide, and you know, he's still on drugs and all kinds of things, but the song was really meant for him. That's why I really wrote the song. He's who I had in mind the entire time. But, hey, God's grace is still there. I mean, he could still be saved through the song, and he could be saved anyway. It doesn't have to be through the song, but that's who the song was really about.
Absolutely, and we appreciate you sharing. You know, we talked with Josh from Hope from the Dying, and he talked about reaching out to a family member is probably one of the hardest things that there is to do.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
No All right, Hammerheads. Let's play a little bit of Tonight, and we'll head right back.
Another night, I'm all alone. I wonder why it's always this way. I shut myself inside my room, and I cried non-stop through the night, and I wonder why.
catch the rest of the interview with Mark and Sarah from Breaking the Silence, now known as The Letter Black, free on iTunes, Anvil and the Hammer, or podcast.anvilandthehammer.com.